Shalom, shalom. We're here in Parashat Hayyey Sarah. Parashat Hayyey Sarah, I'm going to talk to you in the language of the Sfirot, in the language of Kabbalistic symbolisms. Since I'm now teaching a class on the Sfirot, I'm inspired to talk Sfiratic language. After a brief account of Sarah's passing, our Parsha begins with V'Avraham Zaken Ba Bayamim, V'Hashem Berachet Avraham Bakol. Abraham was old, come into his days, and God blessed Abraham with all. With all. What is that all with which God blessed Abraham? The Midrash says, Bat Hayta Avram Avinu. Abraham had a daughter, and her name was Withal. Her name was Bakol. So before I turn to Kabbalah, I want to say something about daughters. I'm a father of a daughter. And I want to say that we have a long history as Jews of preferring sons over daughters. Firstborn sons, primogeniture, my son inherits me, I train my son to be like me, we men are interested in sons. Let's remember that this needs a basic tikkun in our lives. This needs to be changed, and we can do it on the basis of this verse. Abraham is fulfilled. He is blessed bakol, he is blessed with all, only in having a daughter. It is his daughter who brings him ultimate fulfillment and blessing. Pay attention. For the Kabbalist, this daughter is the Shekhinah. Avraham Avinu, Abraham, is the figure of Chesed, the figure of divine love and compassion. Isaiah calls Abraham Avraham Ohavi, Abraham my lover. And the tradition says that Abraham fulfills Chesed, fulfills compassion, represents compassion in the world. The Sefer HaBahir, the oldest Kabbalistic text we have, says the quality of compassion said to the Blessed Holy One, as long as Abraham was alive in this world, I didn't have to do anything. Because it says he stood my guard, Abraham stood my guard. He took care of all the compassion in the world. And he passed that power of compassion down to his children. Down to his children, Isaac and Jacob, I want to say down to his other children through Ishmael and through Esau as well. The legacy of compassion is essential to what it means to be a religious human being. There is no religion without compassion. There is no religion without compassion. There is only militancy and destruction if religion doesn't teach compassion. Now, in our verses, we know, yes, that Bakol is there. God blesses Abraham Bakol, but Eliezer in our Parsha, when he goes to Haran and meets Rivka, he brings with him Kol Tuv Adonav Biyado. He brings all the goodness of his master in his hands. What is that Kol Tuv? It's that same Kol Tuv of Bakol, the fullness of Abraham. He brings the Shekhinah with him. He brings the presence of the Shekhinah with him. And he wants to say to Rivka, come and marry Yitzchak and you will inherit that Bakol. You will become that Bakol. A daughter-in-law is like a daughter. You become the Bakol of your father. And Jacob says to Esau, when Esau wants to buy him off with gifts, or return the gifts with which Jacob bought him off, Jacob says, Yesh li kol. I have kol. I have all I need. I have the blessing of fullness that came from my ancestors. That's what I need. That's the real fullness that Israel has and Israel passes on. It's that call, it's that compassion, that gift of endless compassion that we have to give. Now that call comes down to the Shekhinah through Yesod. Yesod is the channel through which Chesed sends its energy down. Yesod is Siyuma de Gufa. It gathers all the blessings from above together in one place and passes them into the Shekhinah. This is an act of love. And yes, it's described in sexual terms, but it's not just about sexuality. It's about the transfer of compassion, the transfer of love, which is really what the union of the Sfirot is all about. The transfer of love, the passing on of love. However, we have a key verse that's quoted many times here. My dear friend Melilla Helner Eshed in her book talks about it. Kol hanechalim holchim el hayam. All the streams flow into the Shekhinah, but v'hayam einenu maleh. And yet the sea is never full. All the streams flow into the sea. All rivers flow into the sea, our translations say, but the sea is not full. Why is the sea, the Shekhinah, not full, never full? If all the energy from above is passing into her, if all the flow of blessing, all the flow of chesed passes into her, why is she not full? Because she's immediately giving. She receives in order to give. We all receive in order to give. To become givers is what it's all about. The Shekhinah immediately turns around and becomes Ayelet HaShachar. She becomes the doe of morning. All the beasts of the forest gather around her each morning, and she feeds them all. She gives. She passes that love on. She passes that matnat chesed, that gift of compassion, that fullness. She's always passing on. It comes down to us and comes into this world. Only in this world do we find ultimate fullness, because it says, "Milo chol haaretz kivodo." When she passes that energy down into the world, and it enters into artziut, it enters into real, concrete, earthly existence, then it is truly full. Milo chol haaretz kivodo. That's when the kol is there and is maleh. Hayame nenu maleh. Shechina is not full, but the land, the earth that she gives to, becomes full through her. She is Eretz also, of course, but she gives to the land. She is present in the land. And we are here to benefit from that kol, to discover that kol, to discover the presence of the Shekhinah everywhere within Artziut, everywhere within corporeal life, everywhere within existence, to gather it up, and through our becoming givers, we raise it up and give it back and send it back to its source, so that we become part of the eternal circle of life. That's what Kabbalah is all about, to teach us that there is a circle of life, and we are an essential part of it. We receive endlessly, and we are here to become givers and to restore the circle of life and keep it flowing. May your circle of life keep flowing this week. May you have the energy to become a giver and see yourself as a giver in the world of life. God bless. See you next week.